the Carrier Dome for tonight's CSBA matchup. And prime time.
Number 11.
Indiana Hoosiers is going to take on the Syracuse Orangemen. And we're getting our first intro. We haven't gotten that any time, so.
At the other forward position.
So.
Leonardo, number 24.
Just curious on the intro. See if they go dark on the last
number
one.
Number 4. The head coach of the visiting team is Steve Clifford.
Why does he have a bullseye? That's.
Let's meet your home team. At shooting guard, number 17, Johnny, number 17. At power forward, number 45. Number 45.
Hot commentary from the announcers above.
The other forward, number 33, Whitney.
Now Whitney gets some love. He gets his name.
At the other guard position, number 8, Miles. At center, number 66. Number 66.
All right, let's get this game underway. I'm freaking tired, so I'll try to give you guys my best for this one, but there's your starting lineups for tonight's Syracuse, Indiana game. Prime time. Sorry, I'm just. Yeah, see if getting. There he is. What's up, Kai?
Yo, what up?
I appreciate you jumping in, dude. I don't think I was gonna last through this game. 3 hours of play-by-play is exhausting.
Nah, yeah, I bet.
How you doing, though? Good?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm all right. Just happy to get through preseason.
Yeah, man. It's been a fun week. I've been watching the games, and I really like 2K24 and how the game works. Like, it's a lot more exciting, I think. Like the animations and stuff.
Yep, for sure. I gotta fix a few things bug-wise, which I'll get for you for when you stream for next week. But there's a couple little things I gotta tweak before I set you up, so this way we're not doing it twice.
Yeah, for sure. How did I didn't catch the earlier games. How did the sliders look?
Much better in my opinion. I feel like offenses are flowing a little bit better. The last game didn't have a lot of 3-point shooting in it, believe it or not, but the first game did. So I based that more off of what the teams ran offensively than in necessarily what the sliders did per se. But I will say, from an offensive flow perspective, I think I liked it. Ooh, there's a big 3. I liked what I saw.
Yeah, and this is the first time we get a look at Syracuse too, right?
Yes, sir.
It's pretty sick. I like the court.
And the new Indiana. Yeah, I think this is an updated court because I don't remember the blue and orange sidelines being the way they are, but I like them so far.
Yeah, we got two experienced coaches going at it. We got Dalton and C-Web, right?
Yep.
Sick, yeah.
Dalton, I don't know. Indiana, I don't know if it had the recruiting class that they would have liked. Certainly lost a big piece in Boomer. See if this team can be led by Dane Jones and see what Indiana can do to get back to playing the way they did last year. Last year, they had the one thing about Dalton I think that I was impressed with last year is he got this Hoosiers team playing good at the right time, and they made a nice little run in the postseason. So I'd like to see him, find that same level of success this season. I mean, not knocking your Michigan team at all. Obviously, I know they play in the Big Ten, but I just, obviously I root for everybody, so I want everybody to do well.
Nah, yeah, for sure, yeah.
Whitney, baseline jumper, no good, rims in and out. St. Clair, I like so far the flow of Syracuse's offense in this playbook.
Yeah, it's fun to see. I mean, I'm pretty sure every coach is like, I wonder if every coach is using like trying their same playbook from 2K20, or they like.
I've seen some variation. I've seen the Bucks book by about 3 or 4 teams so far, and then I've seen. Of course, not able to hit that. I've seen a few other books being used that we haven't seen, and then I really haven't seen the same old. I feel like some other new books are just being tested. Like, I don't think I've seen anybody run like, what was it, I forgot what Hornets book what it was, but no, I don't think anybody in the preseason ran that Hornets book that everybody used last year.
Yeah.
I've seen a variety so far.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a fun season, I'll tell you that. I enjoyed my times simming and stuff. It's pretty fun.
Good. Yeah, and obviously we'll get you set up for next week to help out. C-Web is going to dig in on a deeper schedule than what he had this week, and he was actually supposed to stream 2 games tonight, but his wife he's surprising him with some sort of gift, so he's like, He's like, I don't want to get her mad. So I was like, I understand.
Yeah. Happy wife, happy life, right?
Yeah. So he was, and he's going away this weekend, so he'll be back Tuesday. So my son has a couple of baseball games. There's a 3-ball that rattles down. My son, has, I think, 3 baseball games next week. So, like, and I have 2 this week. He has 2 this weekend. So it's a lot of baseball. And it's like, you're going to need to do me a solid. So make up for it next week.
Nah, yeah, I got you. I mean, I'm going to try to help out as much as I can. Get into early games and whatnot. But
yeah, that'll help. Even, like, the summer games, excuse me for the yawns, I know it's contagious to everybody. The summer games for baseball, for the most part, a lot of them are like 6 o'clock games, so from 6 to 8. So I can be home for the 9 or 10 o'clock games as long as they're not, a half hour away. So that'll help too. But if I end up getting this job, that's really going to throw a monkey wrench into the program. That's why Troy Carter better prove himself to me, because he was supposed to do color in that last game, and he's been wanting to do streaming. And I'm like, well, you got to be more consistent. And, of course, the first game he signs up for, he doesn't show up for.
Yeah, unfortunate, but
I know it was an error.
He was one of the more active commentators last season, though. Mm-hmm. So I got trust in him.
Yep, but I had to yell at him too last year too, because there were a few times I'm like, dude, you got to get here like 5 minutes before the start of your game. And he would show up like 10 minutes late every time. But he did say he was going to try harder this season, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at him. I'm more or less busting his chops. Trying it now out of Mason to St. Clair. So who's impressed you so far this week? Is there anybody that stands out for you?
Virginia Tech impressed me. They played Gonzaga, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I was watching that game a little bit. They looked really good, and Kansas looked really good too. And like Kansas looked super good.
Dean Jones for 3, bang.
Washington State kind of impressed me earlier today too.
Yeah, they played a slow down game, which I think is good. Why is there a freaking mascot? I gotta fix some of these teams have mascots they shouldn't. That's not something I can see. I was seeing during checking it out, because I didn't watch Like I didn't sim. Oh, let's sim Syracuse and see what I looked. Oh, they got the jerseys right, the arena's right. All right, I'm good. On to the next. So I'll have to go through some of these teams and make sure they're all turned off. But
Yeah, I mean that's what's good about preseason, though. It's like we're catching it early on.
yeah, and listen, I wanted to run the games because everybody was dying for content, and at the same time as Washington gets
Good
blocked.
block.
I think that was Marty Farquhar with the block. But yeah, I mean, preseason, I wanted to get everybody content, and then obviously, we'll iron out all these little bugs. I'm a stickler for detail, so.
Yeah, for sure.
Did I want to wait another 2-3 weeks? No, definitely not. Nice block.
Yeah, I think everyone's pretty happy. Like even with like the little minor tweaks, like everyone's just happy to have CSBA back. I mean, it was a while, right?
Yep. Couple months. Couple months, but there was a lot. I mean, the hours of migration was insane. Nice kick outside. Jones again. Bang again. See, that's something we weren't seeing in the earlier parts of the week. The ball movement to find the open man, and that, I think the settings adjustments we made to sliders has really helped the offenses flow a little bit better. I would say probably a couple weeks longer than what it normally was.
Oh, nice defense.
What would you say in comparison to previous seasons? Probably about 3 to 4 weeks longer than it normally was, right?
Yeah, it was pretty lengthy.
And the funny part is I was working on it every day for hours on end, and I don't think anybody even remotely understands the amount of time. I mean, the good part is for next season, rather, I won't have to make 320 players. We'll have 3/4 of those. I won't have to create the arcs. There's a lot of things. There's brick off the backboard. Okay. 19-14 IU up by 5. Indiana looking good off of the solid offensive performance by Dane Jones. We'll see what happens here in a second, but we got a good one cooking. We'll talk more a little bit about the migration here in a minute. CSB on Twitch. Yeah, I think Bayou was saying 6 to 7 weeks total, but I think it was longer than that. I don't know. Definitely felt longer. But like I said, the amount of things that I have to do between the mod setup, between creating 320 players, and not only just creating the players, but I had to assign 320 players tendencies. I had to apply all the ratings for their upgrades from the past game. I had to readjust the arcs as well because the arcs were over. The arcs were not lining up because they took reaction time out of the thing. So I created, all those new tendencies. It was a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, well, we're glad to be back for sure.
Yep. But I think everybody, just thinks that it's, by osmosis that stuff happens. My wife was joking. She's like, "You're putting in more work and you're not even making any money. She's like, you're probably making minimum wage right now." That's how many hours I was putting in. She would literally come home and first comment would be like, "You're on the computer already?" I'm like, "I've been on the computer all day, babe." And looking for jobs simultaneously.
Yeah, every time I get on Discord, I'll see you NBA 2K24. I'm like, damn, he's cooking.
Always. This is my baby, man.
Yeah.
What of, anyway? Murder's like, that sounds like a wife. Yep, that is my wife. Well, you got to realize, too, you know, it's time away from my family, too, and that's where having streamers, you know, helping and doing and stuff like that. Once like, I even had...
Oh.
So, like, even people don't even understand this on the migrations. There's a nice follow. Like, when I set up the game plans, I actually have to go into the coaches. I have to set what their strategies are in there. The good news is, once it's set, it's pretty easy to manipulate. But, ooh, nice follow by Mason.
Someone clip that.
Hey, clip that, please. That was a nice follow. But, like, I don't know what kind of impact all the assistant coaches and all that stuff has. So, whatever we put in for the head coach, we put in for the 7 other coaches.
Oh, damn.
So, like, proficiency has to be all A+. A bunch of other things with regards to playstyle all has to be, like, at 100%. So, like, I literally have to copy that, and then I have to copy the whatever they're running as far as, like, a game plan to all 7 other coaches. And I have to do that every time with game plans. And I have to do touch tendencies and adjust that every game. Like, put in the game plans. People don't realize how much goes into the behind-the-scenes aspects of running this. Yeah, Murder, no, I appreciate that, buddy. So... it's a lot, but when it's flowing and I have the help and I have the things that are supposed to be what they're supposed to be, oh, seriously?
Did it crash?
Yup. So now we have to play an entire... I almost reset it, and I said that to C-Web. The other night, is restart your game after you play 2. Fuck. Well, it is what it is. Not much I can do about that. Well, thank you. Those are my boys when they were younger. They're 13 and 11 now. We're almost 12. But damn, that sucks. I didn't really want to have to reset. That's the second time this week that's happened. But I feel like, and C-Web and I were talking about this. C-Web and I were talking about this morning, about having to be careful with the file or the game rather, because it's so temperamental. And I said, I wonder why at times it does crash. And his response was, the servers for 2K24 are still active. So,
and they go down? Yeah.
So could there be a reason as to that having some sort of impact on... Where the hell is Syracuse? I think I passed it.
It doesn't give you like an error message or anything? It just crashes the app or the game?
Yeah, it just crashed. I again, that's speculation on our part. Oh, where the frick is it? I hate not knowing where all the teams are. I don't think it's in this one. No, I think I was right when I was in this one. There it is. Sorry, guys. I apologize about that. But
we are tipping off the 2K TV virtual.
We were saying a lot of it could be due to the file. Sorry, now we get to play it again. That's what it is. Because I said to him I could leave 2K20 on all day and all night, right? Like, and not have it crash once. But for this, sometimes it crashes. So So I said just restart it. You know, I was telling them to restart it in between every game, but I think you're going to probably do it every 2 games. But I've had my game on for like 4 hours now. So Whitney for 3, bang. So that could be the reason why it crashed. And again, speculation is it has something to do with the 2K servers every once in a while. I don't know. It's definitely more sensitive. You know, when we first started doing with 3 ball from each team, okay. When we started doing it in the beginning with 2K20, we would have a lot of crashes. But the servers were online then too. So since the servers are offline, we have not had... it doesn't crash on me ever. So I'm thinking that might be the reason, Kai, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense logically. It doesn't mean it's accurate, but it makes sense logically.
Yeah, for sure.
So, it is what it is. We have to restart it. Sorry about that, everybody. Shot clock violation. You want to laugh? I like leaned on my desk and it clicked off, and I was like, no. It's like, did I do something? But we want everybody to get. I'm not going to restart. We wouldn't want to jip everybody out. That we have 33 in the stream, so.
Did you get a chance to fix USF's court yet?
Not yet, but I was talking to Rob Davis, who created the mod, and told me what I need to do. So that part of the things that I want to fix this weekend, that's one of them.
I got you. There's
a couple of courts that are bright too, so he explained to me what I need to do. So you'll probably be getting some additional files from me as well, but I got to test it first. Like last night, C-Web, and again, I went through the entire file of every single team, resetting it so that if we ever use any of the other teams, I don't have to fix it later. Like I actually spent the time because some of the courts were assigned wrong. There were double jerseys. Like there was so many little things, right? I added some teams. So I wanted a fully functional working mod that was accurate. Now, unfortunately, the guy that did the mod later on released it again with updates. But I changed out some teams, obviously adding in the McDonald's All-American. I added some teams that either I created or like Ohio, which wasn't in any of the mods. Or some stuff that Rob did as well as Trident for 3. Bang! 3 balls raining down so far early in this game. So, geez, really raining down. So there was a lot of tweaking to it. So I'm glad to have gone through preseason to test some of this out. Because again, I may have come in and said, oh, the court's right. Oh, the arena's right. Oh, we're good. Jerseys look right. We're good. But I wouldn't have known about the mascot issue. I wouldn't have known that on Georgia or Missouri's uniforms it has a little NBA logo on, which shouldn't be on that. The coaches, some of them have NBA teams on their clothing. Like, those are little things that just need to be tweaked and fixed. I'm a perfectionist. You know, I worked really hard to get 2K20 in a good spot after, you know, Rob gave it, and I really understood the modding aspect of it. There's a few things for this I'm still figuring out, but overall, in general, I have an understanding of the mod now too. So
nice.
Sorry, I went from being yawning and tired to being super chatty.
Oh, no, you're good, bro. I'm just chilling anyways.
You know, like, you some of the stuff is exactly the same files we used in 2K20, but then you also saw, like, Washington State or Memphis or a few other teams that actually have newer jerseys, which I need to make duplicates of so that when we change it out to alternates, we don't lose those jerseys. Like if you saw my computer, I have file folders of every team with like some teams with 3 or 4 jerseys. Stoneway, I am a Sagittarius. I am not a Virgo. That's why I'm so sensitive.
So Kai, who's gonna be the top dog between the Michigan teams? It's gonna be Michigan, of course. Nah, I don't know. It would probably be a competitive Big Ten. Matty P's been around for a while.
Just not that ugly guy with the black tattoo.
Dude, you broke my heart when you said that on stream that you didn't like my character.
I love his face. I love his goggles. I love the hairstyle. I do not like the tat. Just being honest.
Yeah. Nah, that's good.
But there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not my style. Like I do like. I've seen a couple of other guys, cyber faces that have really cool tats. I wasn't crazy, but I wasn't crazy about like Ethan's guy's tat. I don't really love his guy's tat. I don't like how it came out.
I like the what is the Memphis guy's name? Powell. I like his tattoos.
Colton Powell came out really good. Yeah. I liked him.
I think he had like a spider, right? Like on his neck or something.
Yep.
That was pretty sick. Yeah, I recommend guys to get your cyber face if you want to. It's pretty sick.
You know what? It's interesting though too, and I'll say this to Cisco with the steel when we get stripped. I'll say this about him. Yes, it's not super pricey, but it's not super cheap either. I like that people are buying it, but not everybody's buying it. Because what it does is it brings realism. Like not every guy has and looks the way Colton Powell does with the neck tattoo and everything. Like if you had everybody looking really crazy, like it makes those players have pop more. It's how I feel.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, Flying V said it exactly right. He said it would take away from the uniqueness if everybody had it, and I agree. And that's why I put a price tag on, the big afro as well. Granted, I've lowered the price to $5, so it's not a tremendous amount. But I try to, because everybody, when I first started up the league, everybody put the Harden beard on, and it was like 300 guys of Harden beard. I'm like, this is boring. You know how many players we have with dreadlocks? Like, it's insane. Nice follow by Rivers. Clip that. That was impressive follow. Fadeaway shot is good. The shooting definitely been better in this game than the beginning of the last sim. Before the crash.
Yeah. I do like how in this game though, like I feel like if you don't have defensive badges, like especially the guards, like a lot of guards are still making contested shots if you don't have the right badges. If that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Which I do like. Yeah.
Yeah, guys are going to make those shots too. It's not like they're always going to miss.
Yeah. But I feel like the badges make a big difference from 24 to 20. For me, it does. It feels like it.
Okay, OTB, no good. Noble with the follow, can't finish. See, Stoneway just said 2K24 is more arcadey. I actually feel the opposite.
Yeah, I do too. There's not as much oops as there was in 2K20.
I adjusted that as well. 3-ball is good. It's all contingent upon the sliders. I can make everybody shoot and hit every shot possible if I want.
Yeah, but how in 2K20 everyone was like, there's like 10 oops a game. Like now I feel like it's 1 or 2.
I lowered it. You're definitely seeing a handful, but I lowered it since when we started at the beginning of the week with.
Yeah, which is nice.
One quarter in the books, 20-17. I think it was a 3-point game before it crashed too. So good first quarter. But yeah, I think it's just the sliders. Well, we're all about realism, Stoneway. We're all about realism. That's the important part.
He said he got 3 ads in the middle of a conversation.
That's because he's not. That's because he's not subscribed. He's too cheap to subscribe. Grayson for 3, no good. I'm kidding. He's probably young, doesn't have the money, but
Ooh, nice spot.
Maybe somebody will be nice and gift him one. I mean, 2020 was real too. I think, towards the end of 20, I was tired of some of the animations, but we were still seeing some things that we had never seen. And that's because we were developing arcs and doing some other things with tendencies and stuff like that. But
yeah, for sure. But 24 is to me is just a way bigger upgrade of a game, honestly.
Yeah, and I would have liked 25 too, which would have been even better. But they're still not out with the tools yet. But I do like. There's aspects of 25 that I really like too. I could put tats on players. Like, I don't have to have cyber faces created. Like, you can do that in the game. Or I could have created female players.
Oh, nice too.
I could create female players and do a female league if I wanted to. Right here, I can't really. I can do it, but I need to have someone to do custom cyber faces for the females.
Nice, Stoneway.
Yeah, we ran it for 12 seasons. I didn't want to move to... I heard bad things about 21 and 22, to be honest with you, and that's the reason why I didn't shift to games.
Shooting 2.
23 came out. People said they liked it. But then I know, one of our competitors at the time was running 23 and having all sorts of problems, so I hesitated doing 23, but then I heard 24... was better, so here we are. But I really wanted to do 25 because of the next gen and all the options that were available, but the fact that it was not moddable or minimally moddable, and you can actually run a college league in 25 right now, but I think you have to you have to run it through I forget what Rob Davis did. He did it, and it's in there, and you can run it. But I think it's almost like a My League type of thing.
Yeah.
I forget exactly what he called it, but I think it might have been one of the errors or something like that. But he's able to do it, but he doesn't have all the teams, and there are some aspects, I think, that are not there. And then again, for me to run a sim league guy, I have to have a tool. I ain't doing all those attributes manually, that's for sure. Or tendencies, for that matter. So maybe we'll get lucky with 26. Because I'll be honest with you, what I saw for 25 guy, the sims that I ran, I liked how it looked, the animations. From people, from what I heard from people that are playing 25, they hate it from the sense of they don't like the gameplay because you might hit the button or a stick or something, and then the guy does the animation afterwards, as opposed to physically doing it themselves. But I think for a sim purpose, we don't care about that. We're not manually controlling the players with our hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, that's what brought me to Sim League too, to be honest, is it's more realistic than actually playing the game. For me, it's more realistic than actually playing the game.
Yeah, well, the AI is well built.
Yeah.
This is a nice, tightly contested game, though. 27-24. Dane Jones not able to get on track here. But once I start having some help in streaming and stuff, and once we get into like the regular season and I can actually focus on the content part of it, you'll see some things I think that you'll like from a presentation perspective, but that'll be better. I may not do the ticker this year. I just, unless I can get the help and have more time to be able to do it.
Yeah. I mean, this looks pretty sick though. Like, it's clean, you know?
Yes. Like I said, just just little things.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, if I can do what I want to do, and if I have time, I might work on it after this game tonight, just because I'm going to be up for another hour or two after. I might work on some stuff from a presentation perspective. The way you might see, the announcers at halftime with CSBA mics in their hands and presented by the CSBA at halftime when you see it instead of 2K, taking that 2K logo out. And I have to fix these things here, the Dorners, which these are called Dorners, so that we can run our advertising for CSBA as well as for the VGL. Again, unfortunately, I have a soccer and a baseball game tomorrow. And my son is also playing Sunday morning and subbing for a team to help out our organization for like a sister team. So it's like the same organ. Oh, nice move, slicing and dicing the defense there by Booby Miles.
Who has what's your favorite arena so far from the 2K24?
Arena, court, or jerseys? Which?
Arena.
Well, the arenas are kind of all the same. They're kind of all the same, so it's more. It would be more like the floor if I was going to say the arena aspect of it. Like I love South Florida's everything.
Yeah, I was about to say It was nice. It was just super
too bright. But it's too bright. But yeah, them in Washington State. I like their jerseys a lot. But some of this stuff you're also seeing. There's some of this I'm going to change and alter. I just got to find the time. Again, we were in such a rush to get everything going, so it might be like in stages, but I don't know what you're talking about CSBA edits, Stoneway. I don't know what you mean by that. Whitney for three. Bang! You're seeing a lot of more open threes in this game. And
I think off-ball screens is a big part of this game.
And I'll be honest with you, that adjustment to the slider has really helped in that regard. Like the defenders were just getting through way too many screens.
Yeah, it makes having the big dodger badge way more important, for guards.
Mm-hmm. These threes, the way they're falling, I'm almost worried about. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You can make as many edits as you want. I'm never gonna complain about anybody doing content, but there's a hard foul on the arm.
Are we gonna have rankings coming out pretty soon?
I gotta ask Gordo what's going on with that. As a matter of fact, I'll do that after the game. I don't know why we didn't have too early rankings like we always have.
Yeah.
good defense by Cuse. Whitney left to races and throws it down. That was nice. I want to see from the other angle. That's nice. Clip that, please.
Yeah, it's super sick, dude.
No, you can't get coins for it. Do it for the love of the league, like Kai does. Kai doesn't get paid for that.
What?
Your clips.
Oh, no. Yeah, I just do it.
You do it because you love me.
Yep.
I mean, what's not to love, Kai? Come on.
Nah, I ain't making videos like that.
You'll get paid for the streaming. I know you've always done the clips because you love me. You love the league, so.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I mean, it's fun for me to make those clips, you know.
I think I threw, one time you were just going nuts making commercials for me, and I threw you some stuff, so.
This is a 2K24 on PC.
Yeah, I've thrown him credits like once, but it's because he was doing a ton of stuff for me. Good ball movement. Washington contested 3, no good. 44-38, good first half. Syracuse up by 6. Last preseason game before we start week 1 on Monday. What's your thoughts on that first half, though?
I mean, it started off hot shooting. Both teams are kind of. So to me, it's like fast pace, but
yeah, both teams running up. I feel like up tempo offenses. I think that might be why. If you watched the game earlier between Missouri and Providence, they're I can tell you right now, just looking at their playbooks and their settings, they were running more of a patient, slower down offense.
Yeah.
What's up, Still Korea? How are you doing, buddy?
But yeah, it was a good first half. I just can't wait to get the regular season started. I mean,
see this 2K?
It'll be a lot more. Yeah, a lot more. Yeah, it'll be CSBA.
Yeah. I have a few things that, from a presentation perspective, it will change. I was literally working on that file yesterday. But Still Korea, yeah, everything on this is on the PC. We have a college football league. It's called the VGL. That's our sister league. We don't run it, but Jay Gates runs it. We're partnered up with them. They'd still lose, Stoneway. You got to realize Bismack is the coach of that team.
We got to put a missing reward on PAX.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him. I've actually called his cell phone. I've texted him. I've done it about 10 times, left messages. And there literally is no calls or no texts back.
Yeah, I hope everything's all good with him.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about it. A little bit worried about him. Because he's not... If he was going on like, hey, I'm going to go away for a little bit, I got some personal... He would have shot me a text. Just to give me a heads up. And I know I have a text message or a DM that... from a conversation with Bismack having with Pax about he had some stuff going on in real life. So Counted in one.
Yeah, nah. Prayers to him and hope everything's good. But and shout out Bismack for stepping up, even though he's kind of a troll.
I think I tried to. I don't think I was friends with Bryce. At least I can't remember. Maybe. Yeah, I have a friend request out to him and he hasn't even responded. Yeah, I have a friend request that literally has been out to him for a month now on Facebook and he hasn't responded. So, I mean, if anything, you would think he would respond on a text or even a voicemail. Nope, Toby also ghosted. From what I had heard, he was not happy with what happened with his team and said, screw this. So, 49-46. This has been a pretty competitive game.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth.
Panda, we haven't said his name much in this game. Gets it back and throws it down.
Yeah, Panda's always been. He was at Gonzaga last year, right?
Yes, he was with wherever C-Web was, which was Gonzaga, I believe.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that they just swapped teams, or not swap teams, like just change teams or whatever. So his Gonzaga roster followed them, right?
Yes, they came with him. Jones again. He's been pretty hot here tonight. 15 points.
75% shooting. Yeah, sick game by him.
What's up, Ted Stern? What's good, buddy?
But yeah, I remember Panda being a pretty good player last season. I remember calling a few games, and he was always pretty good, or pretty solid big.
I know he's always busy in IRL, so hopefully we see a little bit of him here. He'll make his presence. He always does, known and felt here and there.
I know Indiana lost a pretty big piece in the transfer, right, with Stephens?
Yeah, Stevens. Yeah, and then they lost Boomer, too. There's a nice pull-up jumper.
I can't remember. Did they land anyone in the transfer portal that was pretty big? Or is it just all freshmen, really?
Sorry, say that beginning part again?
Did Indiana land anyone big on the transfer portal? Or was it just like bringing in freshmen?
I think they brought in mostly freshmen, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if Dalton's in the stream or not, but he would be able to tell you that. Cohen finishing on the other end. Syracuse starting to pull away a little bit here, up by 7. I will say 24 at least has got the chant situation right, because how many times the other team was on offense and the home team was chanting defense. Foul! There's a hard foul. I like the fouling, though, in this.
Yeah, it's like realistic collision in the air and stuff.
Yep. There's a little bit more true physical contact. Second free throw missed. Oh, there's a backcourt. Now, Iowa will not be the worst team. Will not be in the bottom 2. They'll be a top 25 team. Top 20 team, probably. I say they finish about 18 or 19th on the season. So we're going that out, in my opinion. I don't want to name the worst because I already know who it is, and I don't want to be that way. And again, I don't know what's going to happen from now till the end of the season too, because like in theory, let's say you guys are saying South Florida is going to be the worst. Granted, they played Michigan, right?
Yeah, we played them. I mean, they weren't bad. It's just it's Chris's I think first time coaching, so I mean he'll get used to it. You know?
Yeah. I mean, listen, the other piece of this that I think everybody forgets, and this is the truth. You could be the shittiest team to start the season and be the best. I mean, if everybody hits the gym, your yellow chips turn to blue chips, and they pack up. Like, you never know. Like, you never know who buys in. So I saw teams going back to the early seasons with Tolany, and I don't know if you know Tolany very well, but Cohen throws that one down. But Tolany was an OG. He used to coach UCLA. And UCLA barely made the tournament. And their team packed up big time for the tournament. And got to the Final Four.
Nice.
So you can't really say who's going to be the worst team at the end of the season because you really don't know. It all depends on the user base. Ooh, charging foul. Good defense.
What are green chips? Is that old?
That's like the yellow. That's the yellow chips. Statement. We had both green and yellow, and then I decided to kind of do away with green and just keep it yellow.
I even seen yellow chips score like 10 or 15 points a game. Like it's all up to the sim and the game plan.
Yeah, it is. It really true. It is really true. Very true. I mean, we had last year's, I think it was last year's Natty, the player of the game, or a couple of years ago, Washington hits the 3. We had a base player. It was when we had green chips that were, this is before we went to yellow. It was a green chip, which was a 70 overall, had 15 points in the championship game and one player, and had the MVP of the game.
Damn.
Because the rest of the team didn't do anything nearly. Someone won Kansas. Won. Dustin Alm. There you go, Slugs. Look at it. See, the plumber era folk know it. I don't remember Dorian Cope. I remember Dustin Almond. That I do. I don't remember Cope. Was that Copeland's first player, Dorian Cope? There's a guy that has ghosted more times than I can count on.
He used to be a Florida's coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember.
He ghosted in like week 1 or week 2.
Damn, unlucky.
Not the dinosaur ages, that's the plumber era. If you're going to get it right, Stoneway, at least get the reference right. Cope was the kid who bachelor cooked. I don't remember. Was that? I'm trying to remember, Legion, which one that was. I vaguely remember.
Yeah, I kind of missed the Pro League for CSBA. That was pretty sick too, but I know that takes a lot too.
Okay, Doug, my bedtime is well past yours, buddy. You have no... My memory is shit today, Slugs. Legion, I can't even begin to tell you how many times. There were about 5... God, this is a true story. I was so on for my interview. I'm like Kelly Bundy. Like, you put all this information in, all that other stuff comes out. But,
Oh.
Nice bucket there to end the third. But I must have had 5 conversations with my wife today. And 5 times I tried to say a name of somebody. Gone. I couldn't for the life of me remember it. Get those fours up in the stream chat. We'll be right back. Fourth quarter coming your way. Yeah, like there was a band last night. And I'm like, this is my favorite, one of my favorite all-time bands. And for the life of me, kept saying in my head, mentally, that it was another band name. And I'm like, it's not it. I'm like, this is all that keeps popping in there, but this is not it. See, all this time on the computer, the lack of sleep that I'm getting, and all that stuff is playing huge factors in my memory. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You probably just drained.
Ooh, good defense by Rivers. It happens with names. It's like I'm not forgetting where I live or how to go here or where. I'm like on autopilot with everything. But like when it comes to names of things, I'm like, oh my god, what was that name? What was this? Whatever, you know. See, like Stoneway said, that was not like a good neighbor. I know he's talking about State Farm. Like, stupid, right?
Yeah.
But I couldn't remember Zach Brown Band for the life of me last night. And I'm lucky I remember it now. Because I'm like, Alexa, play, blah, 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 and I'm like, what's the name of this band? I couldn't remember it.
You should just start singing the song.
And I was like, oh, I got to remember Chicken Fry because I know that's that, right? And yeah, I'm starting to think Emerald Sea Sunshine is Vengeance, by the way. Phoenix Burns about to get banned. Because I was talking about it with the ABODs, the board of directors and the admins earlier. Because of IP address, possible ban invader monitoring, you can't get around the IP stuff. And that's the first time we've ever had that pop up, so yeah.
Wait, what? What happened?
Phoenix Burns is suspected is a vengeance. Is vengeance. We think. Bayou, shoot me a DM. See, we have just timed them out. I love it. I definitely think it's vengeance. But I don't know what a location ban is.
I think it bans like the IP from that location.
From what location though?
From I'm guessing where the IP's at, like the.
Can you do that? Can you do that in Twitch though?
No, I don't think so.
Because I banned Vengeance's from Twitch, and I know he's made a couple of accounts, and I banned those as well because he was too stupid to say that it wasn't who he was. And ironically, I've never seen that pop-up come up before. And did you ever have that written, K-Dog, when you've written possible ban invader thing that was coming up? I do know his real name in life because he's bought stuff in the store, so. But he could be at college. So, 73-64. Clutch Randy, who's your guy? I like that there's over 30 people in the stream, though.
Yeah, 30 people hearing us yap.
Yeah, pretty much. I haven't really done play. I'm just so tired. Oh, Randy Sacco. Yeah. Gotta hit the store, bro. Bruh. I think you're a yellow. I think you're a progression player, I believe.
That's what I like about preseason though. Like it's just like we're just hanging out, you know. Like not really. This is not how we really broadcast.
No, I'm usually. Yeah, I'm
we're
usually
just hanging out.
But in blowouts, I do this, but not in close games. But 2 games of doing by myself. Was almost by myself, thanks to Mort who did the first game. But I've been talking for 3 hours. I appreciate it, Murda. Nice pass inside the horse. He gets fouled.
Yeah, we're just hanging out, chilling with chat.
Yeah, feels good though. It's Friday night. It's late Friday night. C-Web, thank you for modding him, by the way. See, he's too stupid to not give himself away. He can't keep his mouth shut. It's how I've been able to find his band also. Oh, nice alley-oop. Yeah, I mean, he could easily fly under the radar, but his ego is running. Oh, nice move, Tatum Washington Jr. His ego checks his body can't cash. That's right out of Top Gun. Son, your ego is writing checks that it can't cash. Something to that effect. Good follow by Noble.
Yeah, Syracuse kind of running away with it now.
Vengeance is in college. I think he's like 21, 22. But he has such an ego about him that he can't keep his mouth shut. He tells somebody, and what he doesn't realize is there are so many people in this league that freaking hate him. So he thinks that they're his friends, and when they're really not. Nice 3-ball there. Yes, Convict, exactly. Hey, what's up, Convict? What's up, brother? OG's coming out tonight. Love it.
Oh, nice layup. Couldn't finish, but that was pretty sick.
Convict is usually always at work, so he doesn't catch a lot of games live anymore. Nothing, man. Nothing, man. Hopefully, life is good with you. Hopefully, you're not working too hard. K-Dog, you're starting to become the new Mitch, by the way. He goes, since I'm the pride and joy of fight night, I should fight vengeance. You are definitely becoming the new Mitch. Mitch 2.0.
Yeah, we should do another fight night. That was pretty sick.
I wish I would have gotten a chance to watch it. I needed the break that night. The Knicks were on.
Yeah. It was fun though. It was fun to watch. It was funny because like everyone was chatting in chat, like just talking.
And that's good. That's the whole purpose of it. Just like this is like us sitting here. That's funny, K-Dog. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was funny.
Hopefully Kendrick will do another one for us. We'll try to get him later on in the season or when things slow down a little bit. CSBA is going to be in your face for the next 9 weeks plus. If we do another fight night, I'm getting my guy in there. I'm going to fight G-Hart.
Yeah, hopefully K-Dog doesn't dodge me this time again.
I will say this. I watched maybe like the first fight or two, like here and there, and I actually was surprisingly enjoying it. And I say that because I'm not a UFC guy. I know everybody. Listen, K-Dog, I give you shit all the time for being and being the way you are, but it's a good thing. You're not. Listen, your enthusiasm, your passion for the CSBA comes full front, which I love. I think every once in a blue moon I want to just be like, shut the fuck up, but
nah, K-Dog's cool.
But yeah. K-Dog is actually really cool, and you know, when he first started his first season, he was not like this. So it's good to see him the way he is now, and I like it.
Yeah. K-Dog's always fun to talk to. I like to troll him. But no, he's cool. He was my coach in VGO for the one season I played in.
Nice. I'm contemplating transferring. I've been on LSU the entire time I've been in. This is my second player on that team, so last season I was a quarterback. The last player was a quarterback. Now I'm a wide receiver, but my guy sucks. I don't get the rock as much as I would like to. Listen, they're singing the song for you.
I was about to say, are they singing?
They are singing right now for C-Web if you're happy and you know it.
Yeah, I think that's why K-Dog gets pretty good in recruiting.
Listen, I said that to Tina. I said that to a bunch of the new coaches. Gentry, I mean, you need to be active in league chat. Players need to see that you care. If you are a quiet coach, unless you're an OG that's been here for a really long time, where people know the kind of teams you put out, like, and I'll use Matt P as an example. Matt, does decent. He's in the middle of the pack almost every single season. He hasn't had that one standout recruiting class at Michigan State. His teams have always been solid, though. If he was even a fraction of what K-Dog has been this season, he'd be crushing it. Now, you look at a guy like Gordo. He's been around long enough. He's chatted and been the way K-Dog has been. So that also comes, full circle, too. So, but the newer coaches, if you're quiet and you're not talking in league chat, you're not going to get the good recruits. Unless you hit the lottery. Now, Matt knows the game. K-Dog, Matt knows the game very well. He runs, for those that don't know, he runs user player leagues. He has a Discord server. I think, what is it called? It's called National Dynasty Pro American League. And there's like thousands of people in there that they run. So he knows 2K pretty well. Good game overall. Wow, Syracuse shot 62. I think that could be the first time we've seen a team shooting to 60%, maybe. No, but Kentucky did too, right?
Look at the points in the paint. That's crazy.
60
to 28.
Yeah. I mean, I like the game. Listen, C-Web just ran a game plan that nobody has run. So, or a playbook that I don't think has ever run. Sure. Anyway, good game overall.
Yeah, steals are a little pretty little high too, but I guess it varies from game to game, to be honest.
I don't think Indiana has the same interior presence as Syracuse does. I think Syracuse has got some bigs. 35 to 20 rebounding is a big decision, but then you look at the points in the paint. And then Syracuse shot 62%, so there's that too. So let's go to losing side first. Dane Jones, no surprise, 7-10. He's going to be the star of this Indiana Hoosier team. 18 points, 2 boards, 3 assists, a steal. Leonardo Sinclair, 9 points, a rebound, assists, 3 of 6. Charlie Horse, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals, 3 of 4. Antoine Dubois, 9 points and an assist. Washington, 8 points, a rebound, 2 assists, 3 of 6. Whack Arnold's 6 points, 2 boards, and assists, 2 of 5, 2 of 3 from downtown. So all those points coming from beyond the arc. Tank Mason, 5 5 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, a steal, 2 of 3. Jared Rivers, 5 points, 4 boards, 2 of 2. King Trident, 3 points, 2 assists, a steal. Randy Cisco, 1 of 5, 1 of 3 from downtown for his only points of the game for a 3-ball, assist, and a steal. Do you want to take us through Syracuse?
Yeah, we got Whitney. He had 16 points, 6 for 8, 2 for 2 for 3. We got Ray Cohen, 14 points, 4 assists, 1 turnover, 7 for 10. We got Silky Noble, 13 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 6 for 10.
Yeah, getting a double-double is Noble. Nice job there. Panda almost with a double-double.
Yeah, it seems real even from like all these players. We got Thrash Panda, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 5 for 8. We got Booby Miles, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 2 turnovers, 5 for 9. We got Johnny Silk, 7 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 turnovers, 3 for 4. We got NK OTB, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 blocks.
C-Web's player with the worst name in CSB history. Good.
We got Brandon Dury, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 for 3. We got Nolan Grayson, 4 points, 2 rebounds, 1 turnover, 2 for 3. We got Lordy Farquad, 0 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, and no shots taken.
So what do you think of the minute distribution? Do you think it's on par?
Yeah, I like how it's. I don't know. I like how it's like different. Like
it is way different. It's way different. I have not been able to pinpoint. This is probably the closest I've gotten to it with the way I'm doing it.
Yeah, but it's sick though, like, cause like it's not 5 and 5 subs usually. It's like 5 and then 2 and then 3. Like it's different, which I like. I don't know. For me, it's like, and it's like even kind of. Well, not as even as it was in 20, but I like it like this.
Well, the interesting thing was when we had it 24 minutes across the board, which is what we had in 20. You saw about what you're seeing from starters now around 20 minutes. 20 to 22 minutes is what you probably would see. The bench units were getting about 11 to 14 minutes. What I've noticed here since I've done the 21-27 split, it ends up being a couple players in the 20 minutes, then there's about 2 or 3 that are 19 or 18, which if you think about guys being activated, that aligns to probably about the right numbers in theory, similar to the other. And then the bench unit is averaging anywhere from 10 to 13 minutes. So, like, I don't know any other way to get that closer, especially, and if you think about this, that 10th man, I've seen it when I was doing 24 and 24, he was getting 8 or 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Which we can't have. You got to have people, even if they're the 10th man in the rotation, getting some time. So this is the closest I've been able to get to it. The only I was thinking of maybe going 22 for starters, 26 for bench, but right now it's at 21-27. This is what we're doing. So
yeah, I think it's good. I like the game.
Yeah,
I like it.
So it's we'll see where it nets out at, but I think overall the statistics are starting to pop up to where we need it, which is interesting. If you think about Indiana, just real quick here, 9 of 16, 56%, shot 53% for the floor, shot 75 points, but like Syracuse only shot 5. They only took 8 3-pointers in this game. They didn't need to shoot more because they dominated the paint. So it'll be interesting to see how the game plans work, and then obviously the nature of somebody's roster, right? I mean, the makeup is going to be a huge factor. So,
yeah, for sure.
I think, like I said, I think there's 1 or 2 little slider adjustments, and it's minimal that I might make, but it's a point here and a point there, and I'm done. Like, I think this is where it needs to be. So I'm going to work on getting that roster file out this week, and I have to reset everybody's team defensive strategies and all that stuff to neutral so that nobody has any of the game plans that were run here during the preseason, because I think in the past people were frustrated that I didn't do that. So I did it the last time, and I'm going to do it again. So that's something I'm going to work on tomorrow. I'm not doing it tonight. But so the file will come out this weekend. Listen, I look at it this way. Last year, the file didn't come out till week 1. So today, I didn't expect to have to sim 3 hours. So unfortunately, it is what it is. But I appreciate you jumping into the booth and helping.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate everybody in the